Pleasant day, grade 6 students. Welcome to our computer class at New Vision International School.
Our lesson is under Chapter 7 from Algorithm Decoding, entitled Lesson 5, The Condition If. The objectives of our today's lesson are the following. Number 1, stopping the execution of a program. And number 2, moving a sprite by using the keyboard. Before we start our today's lesson, you should prepare the following materials. Number 1, your book in computer from pages 76 to 77, a pen, and the Scratch program. Start with, let us have a recap. In this recap, you will be watching the videos on how to create the project number 1 and 2 from lesson number 4 using the conditions if, then, and else.
Now, how to do project number 1 in Scratch program. First, we have when flag click. So we will go to events. So drag it. And then we will go to sensing. Drag ask what is your name and wait. We will change it into type 3 4 a triangle or 4 4 a square. After that, we're going to choose pen down, and then we will go to control and then choose if block. Then we will go to operators, choose this block, put it here, and then go to sensing and then drag answer and put it on the first block. And then the second block would be 3. Then we will go to control and we will drag repeat block, put it here, then repeat it 3 times, and these include the following motions. We have move 100 steps and turn to the right 120 degrees. After that, we have a second condition. So we will go again to control and then click or drag if then. After that, you will go back to operators and then drag blank equals blank, put it here, then go to sensing, drag answer, put it on the first blank, equals 4, and then go back to control, drag repeat script, put it here, and then change it into 4. So this includes the following motions. We have move 100 steps, and then turn 90 degrees to the right. So turn 90 to the right. There you go. So we are done with project number 1. So let's try. We're going to click the flag, and then we will type 3, and let's see, enter, and it draws a triangle. So for another dialog, let's choose clear, click it again, and let us type number 4, and we'll see, you will see the square. Let's try again. Click it again, and then 4, enter, and you will see now the square. Let's proceed to project number 2. First, we will click on events, drag when flag clicked, then you will go to motion, drag, go to XY, then change X into 29, Y into 94. After that, you will go to category looks, and then drag show, and drag say hello for 2 seconds, but you are going to edit it into click to keep the sprite in the stage. I hope you can follow, so you have to listen carefully. Next, we will proceed to control, and we're going to use repeat until. So this is the repeat until. After that, we will proceed to sensing. You will choose touching, then put it here, and it must be touching edge. Then go back to control, then choose if then else, and put it here. After that, go back to sensing. You're going to choose mouse down, drag it and put it here, and then you will go to looks, and then you will look for change Y by 3. So change Y by 3, do you see it? Change Y by 3. So do you think change Y by 3 is here? It's not. It should be in the motion. That's correct. So this is now change y by 3. So we're going to edit it. Change y by 3. And then drag it once again. But this time we're going to edit it as -2. Then you will go back to looks and then drag say hello for 2 seconds. Edit this in game over. And finally, you're gonna drag hide. So let's see. So this is now the project number 2. And let's see how does it work. So we're just going to click it. So click to keep the sprite in the stage. And it's now working, as you can see. And that's done.
Lesson, the if condition, you should always remember the following. Without a condition, a program is made to execute all of its instructions. With a condition, it is possible to skip a set of instructions if the condition is not valid. To understand our today's objectives, let us start with exercise number 1. Directions are the following. Number 1. You're going to build the script 1 in Scratch program and describe the result. Number 2. You're going to add the following condition to script 1 if the space key is pressed as shown in script 2. And finally, you're going to describe the result. The blocks for script number 1. First, we will go to events and we are going to drag when flag clicked. After that, we will proceed to control and we are going to drag forever block. Then we're going to proceed to pen, then drag pen down. Then you will go back to control and drag repeat block. Then change it into 5. After that, you will proceed into motion and you're going to drag move forward steps, wherein you're going to change into 30. Then drag turn to the right, then change it into 144 degrees. Next is you will go back to control and then drag wait seconds. Put it here and then change the time into 0.25. Then you will go back to pen and you will drag pen up. After that, you will go to motion once again and you will drag move steps forward, which is equivalent into 30. And finally, you are going to drag if on edge bounce. So let's find out what will be the result. because you are going to describe it. So we're just going to click the flag. So as you can see, that is the result of the script number 1. So there is a repetition of movement. Let me show you how to build the blocks for script number 2. First, we will click on Events and drag when flag clicked. Then, you will proceed to Control and drag forever. After that, you will also drag if else block. Then you will go to Sensing and you will drag key space pressed and put it here. So after that, you will go to Control and drag Stop All and put it here. Then you will proceed to Pen, then drag Pen down. After that, you will proceed to Control and drag Repeat Commands or Repeat Block, then change it into 5. Next is you will go to Motion, then drag Move Steps Forward, change it into 30, then drag Turn to the right, change it into 144, then proceed to Control, then drag Wait Seconds, change it into 0.25, then proceed to Pen and drag Pen up. After that, you're going to proceed to Motion, then drag Move Steps Forward, change it into 30, and finally, you're going to drag If on Edge Bounce. So this is the script number 2, and let's find out the result, and you're going to describe it. So we're just going to click the flag, and there you go, that is the result. So as you can see, it is the same as script number 1, but there is a little change or a little difference. Because of the command if then else that we have added. So we're going to press the space key, and once you press the space key, the sprite stops doing the figure. Let us describe the results obtained. For script number 1, by clicking the flag, the sprite draws stars repeatedly while bouncing on edges. And for script number 2, when clicking the flag, also, it draws stars repeatedly while bouncing on edges, but stop when key space is pressed. And now, from algorithm to the code, let's do the project entitled The Labyrinth Game. Directions are the following. Number 1. You're going to open a new Scratch project and draw the stage Labyrinth as indicated on the right corner. Direction number 2. You're going to import the sprite Beetle. And finally, for direction number 3, you're going to look at the code which explains how to move the sprite by using the 4 direction arrows. And always remember, do not forget to save your project because you're gonna need that for the next lesson. Now let me explain to you the algorithm and the code for this project. In the first column, you will see the steps as indicated, and in the second column, you will see the code that we can see in the Scratch program. For the first step, when the user clicks on the flag, it is equivalent to when flag clicked. Next, repeat indefinitely. In the Scratch program, it is equivalent to forever. If the user presses the right direction key, it is equivalent to key right arrow pressed. Point the sprite to the right is equivalent to point in direction 90. Make 5 steps forward is equivalent to move 5 steps. Next, if the user presses the left key direction key, it is equivalent to key left arrow pressed. Point the sprite to the left is equivalent to point in direction -90. Make 5 steps forward is equivalent to move 5 steps. If the user presses the up direction key, it is equivalent to key up arrow pressed. Point the sprite down is equivalent to point in direction 0. Make 5 steps forward is equivalent to move 5 steps. If the user presses the down direction key, it is equivalent into key down arrow pressed. Point the sprite down is equivalent to point in direction 180. And finally, make 5 steps forward is equivalent to move 5 steps. Now I'm going to show you how to do the project, the Labyrinth game, using the Scratch program. So this is now the new stage that we have drawn or paint using the Scratch program. Then we're going to add a new sprite. So by clicking this icon, so we will search for the beetle sprite. Then we will click on animals, and there you go, that's the beetle, and click OK. Okay, so this is now our new sprite. So since it is large, we're going to make it smaller by clicking this icon, shrink, and you can make it smaller. After that, we're going to build the scripts in order to make the labyrinth game. First, we will click on events and then drag when flag clicked. After that, we will go to control and drag forever. Then we're going to drag if then lock. Then you're going to click on sensing and then drag key space press and then proceed to motion, drag move steps forward and change it into 5, then drag point in direction. And after that, since if you are going to notice, we need the same if block 4 times. So we're just going to duplicate it. Just going to duplicate it so that it will minimize your time on dragging the same blocks. There you go. So let us use the first copy and put it here. Okay. Then change it into right arrow. After that, we're gonna use the next copy. Put it here. Change space into left arrow. Then you're going to change point in direction into -90. After that, we're gonna use the third copy. Then change space into up arrow. And the point in direction will be changed into 0. Then for the last copy, change space into down arrow. And finally, change point in direction into 180. So this is now the script of blocks for the labyrinth game. So let's find out if this is working. So we're going to use the right arrow in order to point in direction 90. And then the up arrow, the left arrow, the down arrow, right, up, and left. So that is how the labyrinth game works. At this moment, it is your turn to practice the exercise and project using Scratch program. Always remember, nobody is perfect, but through practice, we can be better. Good luck! Thank you for listening, students. I hope you learned something from this video. Have a nice day